Hey guys, welcome back. Tyler, Pump Track Locator. As you can see, we're Port of Bellingham, Waterfront Bike Park. So this used to be an old paper mill. You can see some of the old machinery with the huge cast iron tanks. Those things are super epic looking. You've got a what they're calling the Bigfoot Bike Park in the background, some wood ramps here. I've ridden here several times. This place has a lot of stuff you can do. It's pretty well maintained. You can see there's 3 separate jump lines here. Pretty nice little starting pad. You can see you got a little track there that runs actually all the way towards the end of that building and then back. It's got a dirt pump track and it's pretty nice. It's got some different sections to ride. You can see in the background where you got this white construction vehicle, you got some bigger jumps, much larger jumps. And then farther in the background, you got a dual slalom course over there. And then you got your jump lines here, as I mentioned. So there's plenty to do for everybody here. I thought there was a skate park back there. I believe it's underneath the tower, the trestle, I should say. But yeah, you can see old industrial stuff, super cool. So the new kids, the Bigfoot Bike Park, that wasn't here my last time I was here, so I'll have to take a look at that. And then you've got the Cool Shin Brewing. There used to be a Mod Pizza here, it may still be here. Looks like you got a hot dog place now. But in the summer, this place is awesome because it's just super busy. Plenty of stuff to ride. You can grab yourself a beer or some drinks or food. And so it's really cool. You can see the Skills Park's got all sorts of different sections. And then as mentioned, the kids area, that runs actually all the way down to the road over there and then back. So it's pretty darn long and you can get some speed on it. I've ridden that several times. We'll ride the new park over there. The jumps there aren't really, I'm not that big a jumper on that. Maybe if I had a DJ bike, I'd hit it. But on the BMX, we won't be jumping that. We'll get some better filming of it. We'll ride the pump track. We'll ride the dual slalom. We'll hit all these jump lines. This will be a pretty detailed tour. Try to get you as much information as possible. I think what I'm gonna do is kind of jump forward and walk over to the Bigfoot Bike Park area. Do a little bit more filming over there, get the big jumps for you guys, and then we'll do our ride throughs, so stay tuned. All right, so I'm up on top here. I'm over at the advanced jump lines. So you got the big pulp towers here. Pretty cool how they're tiled outside. And then you got 2 separate lines here. So get your main line that comes down. Pretty good jumps there, good hips. Probably could jump those. I'm not gonna try today. I still gotta drive back a few hours home, so no reason to get hurt and be beat up in a car ride the whole way. Then you got the cool Bigfoot Park. So it's got a tunnel, it's got some artwork, you got the couple Bigfoot sculptures over there, some wood ramps. So we'll just do a ride through that. I mean, it's for kids, but it's pretty cool to be able to show that in our videos. And then as you can see, you got this long, kind of this extra starting hill here where the pump track's at. So you got your dirt jump line there for BMX, you got pump track, and then you got this really long section that you can ride through, like an ultra long rhythm, like a straight rhythm section actually. It's super cool, and it goes both directions, so you can really get some good laps in there. And then there's the Zeke's Pizza. I thought it was mod, so you got Zeke Pizza, all these in the containers. You got the iron things in the background, brewery place. So kind of bummed it's not open. I was hoping to grab lunch, but super cool. All this stuff down here is really cool. The Bellingham obviously with the Whatcom Mountain and all that. It's a huge biking mecca. So a couple super cool bike shops up here. Transition's got their own mountain bike shop. I think it's Fanatic is the other big shop up here. But as you can see, you got dirt jumps. So, and that's more DJ stuff. That's not really BMX. I'd say that's more of a deep dirt jump bike stuff. And then let's hop down here. I'm just gonna walk down and keep filming. Be kind of a long intro, but it's worth it out here. This is a really cool place. I'm here October. I should have came out and filmed this in the summer, so I could have had a couple beers and filmed the whole thing. But anyway, regardless, this is pretty cool. So yeah, you can see, just check it out. It's just really long. I mean, super long rhythm. Bigfoot Bike Park in the background. So you got another starting hill. Here's your pump track. This section I remember is super cool. Practice rolling. Dirt jump section, and then you can see the double starting gate up there for the little mini dual slalom course. And then I was reading when I came in, it looks like they're gonna keep expanding this, and this city park here is good for about 10 years before they're gonna do anything to it. So super cool. Wood ramp feature, so just a ton of stuff to do here. Should have filmed this earlier, sorry guys. This was on my radar, and this should have been on the channel a long time ago. So anyway, like, subscribe, watch all the ride throughs. I'll interject if I see something cool that I missed on this long intro. But again, thanks a lot. Appreciate all the views and likes and all that good stuff. Everything kind of comes back down this center section, or you can go back around where you came. Give yourself a little speed, hop right back on top of the starting hill. Okay, so that's all 3 lines of that. And then there's kind of actually another little dirt jump section. Let's go hit that. So you've got another line here, a little hip at the end. So we'll hit that one. It kind of comes back to this area anyway. Pump track's over there. And then you got 2 spots to start here. So you can start up here, kind of come down, and it's not really a pump track where you can keep doing loops. It's more like lines. So try to do it like a pump track. Nice little step up, step down. Little table or a double. Little slippery there, and then you come back around. Again, step up, step down. Kind of a little hipper. Another corner. And so what you got here is 2 lines, almost like a straight rhythm type section with a little bit of a curve on it. Bigfoot Bike Park over there. Let's go ahead and just ride this section because it's kind of another starting ramp there. We'll just go back and forth. Like I said, this is actually it doesn't look like it, but this is actually a really big park. There's a lot of little features to do. Obviously, we're not going to ride the wood ramps, but you know what? We might ride those. That'd be good to do too.
So again, you got another starting point here, backside of this commercial building. Must be part of the old plant. It is. I can see the sign. You can see some of the restaurants here. Looks like that's a bike shop. That's pretty cool. So yeah, let's go back on the right-hand side now. So you can see lots of stuff to ride. Just a wonderful spot to check for practicing your manuals and all that. It's super cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and, there's some key people over there riding the Bigfoot. I don't want to mess with them. We'll do the skills park here. Let's do a quick ride through. So you can see on the right, the brewing place has its own fenced in place. Okay, so just did a kind of a full loop through some of the businesses. Calling it the container portal, which makes sense. Let's cruise back through here. Okay, let's go ride the wood ramps. So multiple lines. Like definitely a mountain bike for this. It's killer. That's kind of the outer line, probably the hardest one to do. Got a little inner line here. Kind of hops down, hop back up. Great for the little guys. You got a kind of a skinny one here. You got two skinny ones actually breaking off. So that's a little tricky. And then they got these skinny ones. They're pretty skinny actually. Yeah, that's all of them except for one little outtake line. Okay, through the tunnel. Says beware of a Bigfoot. And it's got some little side little ramps. Little table. Nice little corner. Hey, how you doing?
Cool bike, man.
Thank you. Okay, so as you can see, you got dual slalom course. It's nearly identical. You can also see there's a huge puddle on the right because they're blowing out the irrigation lines for winter. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a loop of the left to give you guys an idea what the dual slalom is, but I think overall the image kind of shows you what you got. It's a pretty cool, fun thing. It's just wet enough where it's got some traction. Well, last time I rode here, it was so dusty, I actually crashed a few times just trying to get going on around the corners. And then a really good view overall of the park. You can see just how big it is. I mean, it goes around the big pulp towers, over to the cast iron towers, all the way up and around that building. Obviously all the restaurants and brewery in the middle. Plenty of parking. So yeah, this place is super cool. Let's just do a dual slalom loop, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera down and actually stay here and ride for a little while, and that should conclude the video. So keep watching. Again, like, subscribe. If you know of any pump tracks that I'm missing in Washington, I've got all of them except for 2 that I know of. So we haven't hit Kennewick yet, and I believe there's one more up here that's a dirt one that's up towards the border. I might go try to find that next if I have time. All right, keep watching. Thanks a lot.